Good day, everyone. Today, I would like to give a deep summary on the book that titles As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Chapter 1, Thoughts on Character. This passage is trying to tell us that character is not shaped by an external force, but by the consistent nature of one's inner thinking. When an individual has a pure and a noble thought, it helps them to create a strong and virtuous character. But when an individual decides to have a negative or an impure thought about something, it can lead to weakness and moral decline of that individual, which will not help the individual to benefit anything profitable, but rather that individual that have that mindset or negativity will lead to weakness, and moral decline of the individual. The passage also analyzed that individuals have a complete control over his or her character because they are having control over their thoughts too. If an individual don't have control over his thoughts, possibly he can have control over his character because it's what he think that is what really happens. Before you do something or before you act something, you must have thought that individual must have thought that thing twice on how you're going to do it. For example, he or she wants to go and steal a meat from the pot. He or she have already strategized himself and thought of it on how possible means to go about in taking that meat from the pot, which is having a negative mindset on something. Possibly when he or she is being caught in that act, he or she face consequences. So, as an individual, we should always have a positive and a constructive thoughts that can help us shaping our life and shaping our destiny to become the best version of ourselves. And I also suggest that foundation is of both character and behavior. So when you have a good behavior and have a good character, it can result in a profitable or a beneficial outcome. Chapter 2, Effect of Thought on Circumstances. This passage also emphasizes that individuals have the power to change their conditions and their thoughts. If a person harbors his or her thoughts on strength, health, and prosperity, their external life will eventually align to those qualities. But if an individual is having that mindset or having that thought of weakness, fear, or negativity, he or she must surely feel the hardship. That is why you see some poor people because they have that mindset that they cannot do it. I cannot do this thing. And when they have that mindset of I cannot do it, it always result them to an hardship. So as individuals, we should have a positive mindset about something, and we should always cultivate the habit to be disciplined and construct a positive mindset, not a negative nice mindset. Because when you have a positive mindset, it can help us to improve our circumstances or the challenges around us. Chapter 3, Effect of Thought on Health and Body. This chapter tells us that negative thoughts such as worry, fear, and anxiety can weaken the body and can lead to illness and poor health. On the other hand, positive thoughts such as joy, peace, and self control promote vitality and physical well being of an individual. It also emphasizes that a calm and disciplined mindset results in a healthy body, while a stress and negative emotions can create physical alignments. So, as individuals, we should cultivate a pure and happy purposeful thought, which will experience a greater health and longevity. And also, we should always highlight the power of thought in shaping both our mental and physical well being. Chapter 4, Thought and Purpose. This book also explores the power of thought in shaping a person's life. It also gives us the central idea of thoughts to determine our character and circumstances and our behavior too. It also emphasizes that a personal responsibility of an individual can cultivate a positive and a disciplined thinking. And when an individual have a negative thought, it can lead to undesirable outcomes. But when an individual have a positive thought, it can reach to achievement and happiness at last. Chapter 5, The Thought Factor in Achievements. This passage also helps us to achieve a better and a profitable result for ourselves. If a man achieves and all that he achieves fails, or the outcome of what he achieved fails, he or she should always have that positive mindset that when he continue to build himself more, he's going to achieve greater heights than before. So we should always sacrifice ourselves to achieve a positive mindset, and we should always work hard and persistence in all what we are doing. No one can change your situation except yourself. So your strength and your weakness are your own. You have to team yourself together, put yourself together to get to that height or get to that point you are trying to achieve. We should always achieve success. You need to construct a direct point for yourself and have the thought towards to achieve a better goal and maintain a positive mental attitude. Chapter 5, Chapter 6, Visions and Ideas. This chapter centers around the core idea that our thoughts directly shape our reality, meaning that by actively managing our thinking, we can significantly influence our life circumstances, character, and overall well being of an individual. And the greatest achievement was at first and for a time a dream. When we achieve or when we have a vision about something, we should always try to pursue that vision to achieve a better one. Chapter 7, Sanity. This passage refers to a state of inner calmness and peace to achieve or to cultivate a positive thought and practicing self-control. Essentially, by managing one's mind, individuals can attain a state to reflect his or her actions and circumstances where they are not easily swayed by negative emotions or by external thoughts. And we should keep our hands firmly upon to have a helm of thought, and we should always resolve ourselves to a long and patient effort in self-control. We're now going to part one, the path of prosperity. The lesson of evil. All suffering and negative experience in this stem from our own negative thoughts and mental states. This teaches us that we should always have an external force, but rather a lack of understanding about the true nature of things, essentially a nation created by our own negative thoughts. By recognizing this, we can actively choose to cultivate a positive thinking and transform our circumstances to experience a greater prosperity and happiness. The world a reflex of mental status. Our external circumstances, including our life experience and the world around us, are direct reflection of our internal thoughts and mental state. The way out of undesirable conditions. The central idea is that people create their own prosperity through their thoughts and actions. The realization of prosperity. Aligning your thoughts with a clear, focused goal, actively including doubts and fears, and channeling your mental energy toward achieving that purpose. The silent power of thought, controlling and directing one's forces. Our thoughts shape our character, actions, and circumstances, ultimately determining our success or failure. Part 2 of it, the way of peace, the power of meditation. He emphasizes our, that through consistent meditation, individuals can purify their thoughts to transform a destructive and align themselves with truth and righteousness. So this part two is trying to tell us that we should have a mindset of truth. Always believe that we can do this, and by the end of it, we should always have a positive mindset, not a negative mindset for ourselves. Thanks.